You can have her if you want.
And my name is Mary Donovan.
Yeah, but where's your tune go?
We'll wait till you're all ready. Would you like to have a seat, sir? My name is Mary Donovan. My name. I come here from Belfast, Ireland. I've lived in America for about 15 years. And I lived in Georgia before the time of the Civil War, and then after the Civil War ended. But then I decided I needed to get out of there because a lot of the buildings have been destroyed. So I took my granddaughter, who came to live with me. This is Irma Jean, if you don't know. Hello to Irma Jean. Doesn't she have a beautiful dress on? I spent all my earnings for 1 month on that dress. I'm so proud of it. We are sharecroppers, and we work in Montgomery, Alabama. And this is the lovely owner, if you'd like to meet her.
Hello, my name is Charles Engel, and I have a wife, Caroline, and I have some daughters. My daughters are Mary, Laura, Carrie, Grace, and we have a dog named Bandit. Well, I live on a big plantation, and I have, after the Civil War, they took all of my labor, so we fell into some very hard times, and these people over here, we work together, and we work with my farm, and working together lively.
Hello, my name is Irma Jean, and I am 18 years old. I live in Montgomery, Alabama with my grandmother because both of my parents have passed away from illnesses. I have to work very hard because my grandmother cannot work many hours. I have to be a sharecropper to help us get food, but also to pay for a home and clothes.
So our plight was very hard. I came over to America as an indentured servant. Does anyone know what an indentured servant is? Yes, sir.
It's sort of like a slave, except they work for an amount of time and earn money to travel.
That's absolutely right, and that's what I had to do. I had to work because I wanted to come to America, because I'd read so much and heard so much about it, but I didn't have any money, so I was able to get a ship pass if I came over to America, and I worked for a farmer at that time in Georgia. So I worked in Georgia for a time, and I had to do it for 7 years. But luckily, the only thing good that came out of the Civil War for me is that when it ended, I didn't have to end my service. They allowed me to go because their home had been destroyed. So I continued to look for a place to work and take care of my lovely granddaughter, Irma Jean, and she's just beautiful. She works so hard. She takes care of me. And we work for Mr. Ingalls and his family.
Pringles.
Do you have any questions of us? Yes, ma'am.
Where'd you get your British accent?
I'm from Ireland, dear. It's a little bit different. Yes, ma'am.
Where did our teacher go?
She's going to be back after you come back from specials.
But where is
Whatever that means.
Where is
Does that
she?
mean you're all special during that time?
Yes, we do.
Do you have any other questions about sharecropping? Yes, sir.
Where's she from?
Yeah, I'm from Ireland as well. This is my grandmother.
I had her come over later on the ship when I was finished with my indentured servitude, and I didn't have to complete it because of the Civil War. And after it ended, there was really no crop for me to work on anymore. I wrote over to my sister over there, and she was taking care of my granddaughter. And she brought my granddaughter over because both of her parents were killed. Or they died of illness. Do you have any other questions about sharecropping that you may not understand?
What happened if you never got enough plants? Since your owner lets you pick the amount of plants, what if you couldn't find the right amount?
I mean, when we grew our crop, you want to enter that, Mr. Ingalls, since you're the one that takes all my money all the time?
And I provide you with food and shelter and clothing and medical supplies. And what happens is, they work and with the agreement that I will get half of their crops. And, but then besides that, I also provide them with all the other needs before they give me half of their crops. So what we do is we have like a little running tally. They do that on credit, which means I give them stuff before they can pay me. And then at the end, I will, once they sell their crops and once they have harvested their crops, then I will tell them how much they owe. And sometimes, unfortunately, they do not have enough to pay me, but that's okay. I'm very understanding. I will allow them to work for me another year.
And that's not the way I see it at all. I see it that all I do is pay and pay and pay and work hard, even though I can't do as much. Poor Irma Jean, she needs to find a husband, but never has time to because she's working for me. Her hands are so brittle and old, pulling all that corn, cotton, pulling the corn, the cotton.
You're getting senile.
So I am a grandmother, even though I'm only 56 years old. I'm really not that old. But I see it differently because I don't see that I make any money. In fact, there was a time when Irma Jean and I had to take our crop over and we got it weighed so we could see how much we were going to make. And I know that I saw Paul Ingalls talking into somebody into town and talking to that mill person and making a deal with him so that we would not make as much money. Yes, I do have a shelter, but I want to provide a better life for Irma Jean. That's why I brought her here. I'd like to be able to make me a little bit of money so that we can make a better life and not have to be sharecroppers forever. I don't think Paul Ingalls understands my plight. Do you have any other questions? Yes, sir.
How much longer are you a servant?
An indentured servant, dear? I'm not one anymore. I was before the Civil War started, but then when the Civil War ended, I wasn't one any longer because the person that owned the farm didn't have a crop for me to take care of, so they sent me on my way. So I got out of my indentured servitude, but I still just didn't have any money. And the only way I could make money was to become a sharecropper. And that was when I met Paul, and he did help me and find a place to take care of me and to live. I was able to write and have Irma Jean come as well. Do you have a question, sir?
Where was Mr. Ingalls from?
I am originally from the banks of Plum Creek in Walgrove, Minnesota. And after the Civil War, food became very scarce. It became too populated, so I decided to move to an area in Alabama where there was more food and where I could have some land and help these less people with sharecropping.
Yes. Are you happy with the profit that you give Irma and her grandmother?
I see that I am helping them tremendously. If it wasn't for me, they would not have a home. And if it wasn't for me, they would not have clothing or medical or supplies. I provide everything that they need. I provide them with their seed. I provide them with all the tools and materials that they need in order to grow their plant and harvest their crops. So I feel like I am being very fair.
When I heard the term sharecropper, I thought, oh, this is wonderful. I'll be able to work a crop, work a hard day's work, but this time I'll be able to gain my own money for this. But when I started doing it, and poor Irma Jean and I did the first harvest, and then we had it weighed, we realized, wait, we really aren't making any money. I'm back to being an indentured servant again. I have a place to live, and I have a roof over my head, but I'm not being able to do anything to better my own life. Do you have any other questions of us children? Yes, ma'am.
Do Irma and your
Mrs. Donovan, dear.
Miss Donovan, feel the same way that
Mr. Engel.
Miss Engel feels? Mr. Engel. About what? About that he's giving a lot of things to you
appreciative of the things that Mr. Engel is providing, but I really would like to have a home of my own.
And I would like for her to be able to get married at some time and have her own children and me be a great-grandmother.
Since I am working all the time, I can't find a man of my own.
Are there no men out in the fields?
No, men, I want a better life for my granddaughter. How am I going to be able to make her a better life if all she sees is other sharecroppers? Question, dear.
Did you use a time machine to get here?
A time machine, dear? Well, Mrs. Days happens to be my great-great-great-great-granddaughter, and she wrote me a letter and let me know that I should come and talk to her.
Exactly.
What time period are we in, dear?
2015. The 21st century. 20th
Cat blazes! How did I get into this time period? That's why you dress so inappropriately with girls wearing pants, sleeveless shirts. We don't expose our skin. This makes so much more sense to me. I feel like you're pointing something at me. Now, let's settle our differences here. We're here to talk to you, and that's what matters.
How'd you get here?
Jean is going to read you a story. So if you all would like to listen and gather around Jean. Wait, stop! Paul Ingalls has something to say.
I did bring a picture of your family right here. This is my family, my lovely wife, Caroline, and my son. I was very young in this picture.
Handsome Paul Ingalls. And it must be nice to have wonderful things. Come have a seat on the floor, children.